I'm not gonna lie, but 2026 has definitely been the year that I have been standing 10 toes down with the things that I do for myself, for my business, for my health, all of the things. I know we all have like New Year's resolutions, and I'm not anti New Year's resolutions, but I do believe that you don't really need to wait a whole year in order to start something. Like you could start that thing, whatever it is, like right now, right? It doesn't have to be Monday. It doesn't have to be the first of the month. It doesn't have to be the first of the year. But I went ahead and set some New Year's resolutions for myself, and I am so proud of all of the things that I have been sticking to. One of the biggest things that I wanted to implement in my life in 2026 was just showing more gratitude for the life that I live. And I've been doing that. I remind myself daily, a lot of times, multiple times a day, what I'm most thankful for. And it's not always financial, it could be my health, it's my mindset, my discipline, my ability to consistently want to learn. I think sometimes, especially if you're on social media a lot, you will find yourself in this loop of scrolling, and that desire to want to learn more slowly fades because you're filling your mind with things that aren't even helping you, right? So the desire to want to learn is definitely something that I've been very grateful to have. I've also been locking in on prioritizing sleep. I used to always have this hustle mindset, go, 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 work, work, work. If you're not working, you don't want it bad enough. You can rest when you're dead. And that does help to an extent. But I've learned that the more successful I've gotten in my business and with my health, is that your body needs to rest. I am more productive when I get 8 hours of sleep versus when I'm running off of 4 hours of sleep. I've noticed the things that should only take like 30 minutes will end up taking me several hours to do if I'm not well rested just because my body is tired. I've also noticed that I crave more bad foods when I'm tired, so I'm definitely going to start craving sweets or salty foods. And if you didn't know, I've lost 100 pounds, so I've just been on this weight loss journey for the past 4 or 5 years now. And because I've learned those things about myself, I've made sure to prioritize my sleep. And in 2026, I've been doing that. We are over halfway through the year, and I'm just so proud of locking into that. Something else that I told myself I was going to start doing in 2026, which I've been sticking to, is allowing myself grace. I used to be the girl that had a very hard time forgiving herself, whether it was past mistakes with friendships, relationships, whether it was a mistake with business, if I made a mistake at work. I struggled with forgiving myself. I struggled with allowing myself to make mistakes and not beating myself up for it. I've gotten so much better at that, especially this year. I'm an ambitious person. I've expressed that before, but one thing that I allow myself to do now is if I just genuinely do not feel like making content, then I just don't make it. I don't beat myself up for it. I don't try to say to myself, "Oh, Jazz, that just means you don't want it bad enough. You're an imposter." I don't do that. I give myself grace. If today was a content day and I just genuinely don't feel it in my soul, right? Maybe I don't have anything that's resonating to say on video. Maybe I don't have the energy. Maybe I just don't have the mental bandwidth. Then I just allow myself the day of no content. Instead, I will do something else. Maybe I'll edit videos that still need to be edited that are sitting in the queue. Maybe I'll go on a longer walk. Maybe I'll sleep a little bit longer. I allow myself grace, and that has helped me so much. And leave a comment down below. Let me know, do you struggle with forgiving yourself or allowing yourself time to just relax? Do you, if you are ambitious like me, has there ever been a point in your life where you felt like if you weren't doing something, then that means you just didn't want it bad enough? And if that is something you experienced, how did you overcome that? But for myself, I no longer look at the day to day. I look at it by the week. What did I accomplish for the week? Did I get X amount of videos done for the week? Did I stick to healthy eating for the week? Did I exercise X amount of times for the week? How many steps did I get for the week, right? When you start looking at things weekly or even monthly, then if you miss a day or if a day doesn't go as planned, well, you're not going to beat yourself up because you still have the whole week to make that up. And even if you don't make it up completely, you still get closer to your goal than if you get hung up on one day of not getting everything done that was on your to-do list. So definitely giving myself grace has helped me mentally. It's also helped me creatively because if I did have a day where I was supposed to make these videos, and let's say I don't because I just don't feel like it, well, the next time when I do make them, I have more things to talk about. I feel more refreshed, which means the videos are going to feel better, in my opinion. The conversations are going to flow more naturally. I have more fun when I make the videos, when I don't feel stressed about making these videos. Last week, I think we went like 6 days without posting and on this channel, and the old me would have felt that was unacceptable, right? The new me has allowed myself grace, and I said, okay, I've been busy with my other online business, that's fair. When I do come back to making these videos, they'll be better because I didn't force it, right? I'm trying to think. One last thing that I said I wanted to work on in 2026 that I've definitely been doing is eliminating the scroll on Instagram, TikTok. I know I shared videos about this and how Instagram affected me mentally and spiritually. I think that if you're not careful, you will find yourself on social media way too long. Next thing you know, 2 hours have gone by and you've literally been sitting there scrolling. And at least from my algorithm, I don't know how I got there, but my algorithm is not the most productive algorithm. And you can always, fix it. You can click things like do not recommend, you can block, but it only takes one video that, might be a little toxic. And if you just watch it past 3 seconds, or if you comment, or even if you just open the comment section, if you share it to somebody, well, then now Instagram or TikTok or even YouTube is going to show you more of that, right? And next thing you know, you're in this toxic loop. And since I've stopped scrolling on social media, it's allowed me to be more at peace. It's allowed me to be more confident in myself. It's allowed me to stop comparing myself to other people's lives. And it's just allowed me to have a better mindset because I'm no longer scrolling and seeing what other people are doing. And do I miss it? No, not really. Now, I do watch YouTube, but for me, my experience on YouTube is totally different than my experience on Instagram. I've noticed that when I watch YouTube videos, I don't find myself comparing. I don't find myself feeling, like shit. I don't find myself feeling angry or any of those negative emotions. I don't get that on YouTube. For me, my YouTube channel is definitely commentary videos that I'll watch, finances, business growth. I don't really see too many vlogs pop up of people living these luxurious lifestyles. They might sprinkle in some hair tutorials, but other than that, like my YouTube algorithm, I like it. I like it. I really like it. But Instagram for me just tended to be more toxic. And for me, it was doing more harm than good. But since I've stopped scrolling, I have felt more at peace. And I'm proud of myself for that. I used to think that in order to be a content creator, I had to look at other people's content to stay in the loop and see what's going on and, try to keep up with the trends. But honestly, I personally feel like my content has gotten better when I stopped looking at other people. Maybe it's because I just feel more confident in myself. I feel more confident in my messaging. I'm not too sure what it is, but since I stopped looking at others, I've been more productive. I've been more confident. I've been more sure of myself. And I love that for me. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. What are things that you promised yourself you were going to do in 2026, and are you sticking to them? I would love to read what you have to say. Also, you guys, make sure you join the Patreon. The link is down below in my description. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.